Hey everybody, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Do me a favor before we get started, and if you hit that like button, if you're not a subscriber, you could do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you will not miss an episode. So today we're going to talk about 4 assets to buy and to never sell. Number one, AI stocks. So we are moving in this whole direction of artificial intelligence. This is expected to grow astronomically. If you've noticed, they are building data centers all over the place. In fact, if you are driving on the highway and you look over to your left, perhaps you'll see a data center, and you look and you keep driving and you look over to your right, perhaps you'll see a data center. So they have a lot of plans in the pipeline for AI. So AI is expected to grow in a whole bunch of different industries to include healthcare, finance, entertainment, just to name a few. And so buying AI stocks, getting in on this is more than just a trend. This is a whole movement. So getting in to AI stocks, some examples of that would be Palantir, C3.ai, Snowflake, UiPath, Broadcom, NVIDIA. And those are just to name a few. If you are interested in the remainder of the AI stocks, check out the description below and join my free newsletter. So that is number one, AI stocks. More than just a trend. This is a movement. So getting in on that movement of artificial intelligence. Number two, index funds and ETFs. So, as far as index funds and ETFs go, they are an accumulation of a whole basket of different stocks. And if one is underperforming, they're going to kick that underperforming one out and replace it with one that is performing. So this requires minimal effort. Some examples of index funds would be VTSAX, SWTSX, BTWAX. So these are just examples. This is not financial advice, just for informational purposes. Some examples of ETFs: BTI, SPY, BOO. So index funds and ETFs, where you have a whole basket of stocks, all right, as opposed to individual stocks. Now, individual stocks are good also. However, with index funds and ETFs, you don't have to monitor them that closely. So you're not checking for the news on every day on what is going on with them. It's a set it and forget it. If you're interested in set it and forget it, these are your index funds and your ETFs. All right, number three, third asset, blue chip stocks. So your blue chip stocks, they have name recognition, they are well established, they provide dividends, and they have name recognition. They have a long history of steady growth. So some examples of the blue chip stocks: your Visa, your Home Depot, ExxonMobil, Coca-Cola, JP Morgan Chase, McDonald's. These are just some examples of the blue chip stocks. So these are your slow and steady stocks. They are slow, however, they are steady because these are well-established stocks. They have a long history of steady growth. So these are your slow and steady stocks, the blue chip stocks. Examples, once again: Visa, your Home Depot, your ExxonMobil, your Coca-Cola, your JP Morgan Chase. So if you would like the whole gamut of blue chip stocks, check out the link in the description, my free newsletter. Lastly, number four, rental property. Rental property is very important for growing long-term wealth. So a lot of people do not include real estate in their retirement plan. However, having this as a part of the retirement plan is going to guarantee you long-term wealth. Why? This is a tangible asset. It's not like the stock market, where the stock market is up one day, down the other day. Um, Rental property is a very powerful strategy for building wealth long term. All right. It appreciates in value over time. Also, you have your cash flow of rent every month. So, this is an income stream every month. However, this is a long term play, because even though you have cash flow every month, you also have expenses that happen. So, say for example, you are cash flowing for a whole year, right? Nothing's happening, you're just cash flowing for a whole year. All right. So, say for example, your tenant decides to move. All right. So, your tenant decides to move. That means that you have to do a turnover. A turnover means that you have to pay to repaint that entire house and to repair any damages of that house. And so, more than likely, that is going to wipe out the whole cash flow that you gained for that whole year. Turnover is going to be anywhere between 6,000, 7,000, depending on the size of the property. All right. So, just keeping that in mind, because things like that are happening, this is a long term play. All right. So with real estate, this is it's building your equity. Your equity is going up over time. You can use your equity as leverage if you choose to. And if not, you can choose not to use it as leverage. The tenants are paying down your mortgage. So you have this mortgage every month, and the tenants are paying your mortgage down. Also, it offers you tax benefits. So you use what is called depreciation to offset your taxes. In addition to that, you are allowed to defer capital gains taxes. Also, this is a hedge against inflation. So while everybody else is complaining about inflation, inflation is actually making you rich because you own property. In addition to that, you can pass this real estate on to your heirs. Um, if you have heirs, if you have children, if you have grandchildren, this is something that you can leave for your children instead of just leaving your children debt and bills. All right. So you are actually leaving your children an asset. All right. Um, Giving them a so called head start instead of um, trying to figure it out in their 40s and 50s. All right. They have more of a head start and a little stronger grasp on their finances. So that's a gift that you gave to them because you decided to buy rental property and you decided to learn how to invest in real estate. All right. So those are 4 assets to buy and to never sell. Now, if you do sell within that lifetime, it's actually okay. Say, for example, you need the money for an emergency. All right. So what? So you use the money for the emergency and then you keep going. It's better than doing nothing. And there's a lot of people out here that are not doing nothing. They're not in the stock market and they don't have real estate. All right. So at least you're doing something. At least you are, you know what I mean? All right. So what? You're not perfect. At least you are doing something out here. And then just to recap on the assets again. All right. You got your AI stocks. You have your index funds and ETFs. You have your blue chip stocks. And then you have your real estate. All right. Do me a favor. If you like the channel, I need you to hit this like button. If you're not a subscriber, I need you to do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you will not miss an episode. If you're interested in more topics like this or more detailed information, check out the link below and check out my free newsletter. All right. Thank you for watching. Before you leave, don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. If you're not a subscriber, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you will not miss an episode. And if you made it this far in the video, type in the words real estate in the comments. Let me know that you're here. and that you made it this far. All right. Also, keep tuning in. I will be bringing people onto the show. I interview entrepreneurs and real estate people. So if you are interested in real estate and or business, tune in and you will see them on here talking about their different businesses. Thank you for watching, everyone, and I will see you on the next video.